Hi everyone, I'm Dave Saldana, Communications Director for Free Press. I'm here at the National Conference for Media Reform in Boston, Massachusetts with Free Speech TV. Joining me now is our guest, Erin Gibson. She's a writer and host on Current TV's InfoMania. Welcome, Erin.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you were a big hit at last night's plenary. Tell us a little bit about what happened there.
Great. Well, I showed two of my pieces from my segment that I do called Modern Lady, which is on InfoMania, as you mentioned. And I basically, what I do is I take tidbits from the media and how they handle women's issues, and then I try to use comedy to dismantle them.
Yeah, well, you know, Mark Twain said that no false church can face ridicule on an open field and live. So tell us about the destruction of false churches that you do with Modern Lady.
Well, I'll tell you my process. I get very angry, and then I take a day, and then I find the comedy in what CNN or Fox or whoever is saying about Planned Parenthood or the White House report on women or their coverage of elections, really anything. I also cover pop culture things too, so it's not just political. Bridalplasty, a deplorable show about women competing for plastic surgery. So they can have
a brilliant bit, by the way. If you can find it on the YouTube, check it out. It's incredibly funny.
Right. If you love live surgery and women fighting each other, it's a great show. And I basically I try to figure out what's wrong with the coverage, and then make fun of it. But I do have to care about it on some level. I can't. It's not just fluff pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, and Current TV has recently gotten a pretty big uptick in attention with your new boss. Tell us about that.
Keith Olbermann is the Messiah, and he will be saving Current TV.
Yeah. Are you allowed to?
Is that too emphatic of a statement? Yeah. No, we're very excited. We're very excited that he's joining our network, and looking forward to. Hopefully, he'll have the same amount of freedom, if not more, than he did on his show. I don't know what the show looks like. I know he's taping it out of New York, so I don't know. Okay. I'm excited to see, as I'm sure all of his fans are, what it looks like.
Yeah. Are you allowed to gaze directly at him, or are there new rules?
No, you cannot park in his parking spot, and he has a special mug that you can't touch, and pretty much you can't look at him or talk. You can't. You have to call him Mr. Olbermann. There's a lot of rules. No, he's a very. These are all jokes. No, he's a fantastic colleague. He's not really a colleague. I mean, he's my boss, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see where he takes our channel.
Yeah. Well, getting to something serious for a second, there have been a lot of studies lately with the phenomenon of The Daily Show and other satire shows actually being tremendously powerful news sources. And I've paid a lot of attention to satire as a form of news. Tell me what it's like for you to actually try to change people's minds through humor.
Well, my goal is not to change people's minds. My goal is to make issues that are being covered in, I think, a one-sided way more... wait, I'm saying this wrong. Okay. Basically, I want to entertain people first. That's my job. I'm a comedian. Secondly, I want to inform. So I'm not really interested in making someone who's pro-life pro-choice. I don't that's not my goal. My goal is to make sure that women think about these issues critically, and I think I do that by kind of showing the flaws in them. But I really want people to make their own decision, and if they laugh and they don't understand what my point is, I also feel like I've done a good job.
Well, for a very long time, it was particularly difficult to be a woman in comedy. I know it's true for me.
I didn't know you were in
yeah. But that's turned around a bit lately with Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and the what have you. But there's still turned
around for Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. I'm an actor too, and I go out for parts, and it's kind of still the same. There's they say they want a Tina Fey type, but they really want a hot Tina Fey, like a hot Tina Fey with boobs, Tina Fey with a nice ass. So it's slowly happening, and the good thing about Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, even Chelsea Handler, they're helping other women and getting them on their shows and showcasing them. So I don't know if the industry is changing, but definitely there's more women in power as producers, and Diablo Cody being one too, who have more power and can hire women on the basis of their talent, and not necessarily if they can get their boobs high up in a suit.
Have you had
the weather?
Have you had a chance to look around the conference?
Yeah, I've done a lot of seeing with my eyes, and I went to the panel on women's. Guys, my brain is dead. The panel on women changing women. Oh boy, it was
Women
at
in the
11.
media.
Yes, thank you. And it was phenomenal. I haven't had a lot of. Today is my day to go to panels. I didn't have a lot of time yesterday, but I'm really excited to see what other people have to say, and hear a different point of view than I hear in Los Angeles.
How much? I understand that working in the industry means that you spend a lot of time working in the industry. How much attention do you pay to the industry?
I don't understand your question.
The media industry.
The media industry. How much attention do I pay to the media industry? Well, something that's come out of this job is I've become really critical of everything I see, and even with my family, I try to challenge them to not just so my mom doesn't just send me articles on diet things and how soy causes cancer, and not to listen to something just because it's on television. So I've really become very, very critical of the media, and I have to say, just as a working comedian, I really wasn't before. I was concerned with women's issues, but not the broad spectrum of is what I'm seeing on the news valuable information and something I can feel good believing.
And finally, the de rigueur question for a person in show business: what's your advice to younger women who might want to someday be an Erin Gibson?
Well, this is interesting because I find that a lot of women get frustrated because it's a male-dominated industry, and there's guys who are going to tell you that your comedy sketch about douche is not funny, and you have to say, okay, well, I think it is, and do it anyway. Find a way to do it. Find a way to make it happen for yourself, and don't let people say no to you, because everything is subjective. Like, there's even inside different male comedians worlds, there's like guys who are into sports and guys who are into that, and they say no to each other all the time. So don't think of it as necessarily like they don't want you to succeed because you're a woman. It's just they don't understand your experience, and so they may not think what you're doing is funny, but that doesn't mean that it's not. So don't listen to anybody, basically.
All right, and don't listen to the producer who's telling us we've got to get off. Thank you so much, Erin. Thank you so much, Erin Gibson, from infoMania on Current TV. Dave Saldana here at Free Speech TV at the National Conference for Media Reform. We'll be back in a moment.